favorite podcast that has zero preference for parties. My name's Josh. Here today with good buddy Adam.
Gay?
Wait, you're gay or I'm gay?
Everything is.
I mean, yeah, that's you're not wrong. Anyways, today we're going to talk about how gay-ass technology has pacified us.
In what way, sir?
Oh, many ways, I tell you. But before we get into it, let's not forget, lest we forget to plug all the other stuff. You can follow us on social media, Game Rage Magazine, on all the stuff, especially YouTube. That's the good one. Do it there. Game Rage Mag on Twitter /X, where I have been still constantly trolling and making fucked up memes. So, which, you know what, we should talk about that on the BFN show today. We could also add that as a topic, my continued memery and cocksuckery that I keep doing on fucking...
Yeah, if you want to find that shit, go to the BFN podcast and hit that shit up. As always, fucking hit that like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, baby!
All that good shit.
That good man.
That good man. The bomba clot.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're getting sued for sure for this.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then if you want to follow Adam, you can follow him at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram, and you can also check him out on Substack at substack.com/ All Gas No Trash Official. And then remind me for BFN too, another topic. I believe we are being profile stalked by another Game Rage, and I will explain that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I will explain that.
Oh man, see, this is perfect, man. This is the kind of shit that we know we're on the come up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
our day is coming.
Oh yeah.
One, we already got hate mail. That was on the bucket list.
That was for sure on the bucket. Now we're being stalked by another motherfucker with a similar name to us.
Ooh.
So that's and I think there's gonna be a problem, and I'm actually hoping there is. But anyways, you can check that out on the BFN show, and we'll go from there. But anyways,
Serbia.
No, not Serbia. No, that's gonna be CUP. Anyways, fucking technology and how it has pacified us. And I was kind of like watching some things this week and just kind of looking around, and I just kind of noticed something, and I feel like that the advancement of technology has really pacified. I mean, I don't know about the rest of the world because I can't really speak to them because most of the rest of the world is a fucking third world country, so they don't really have technology. But that's why they're constantly, I think, having uprisings and rebellions, is because they don't have this technology to pacify them. The things that pacify third world countries are like food and like basic medicine. All right. Like those are the things that could pacify them for a while. And then when they run out, they realize the game is up and then they fucking start rioting or whatever. Right. With us in the first world problems countries, I think that the advancement of technology has fucking turned us into like pacified little bitches. And I think it all started with the invention or the advent of commercially available ice cream. I think that was what did it. And you'll hear Frank talk a lot about, you know, the fat electrician in World War II and how, we were killing the Japs in one hole and then they were starving and then literally we're in their country and like just outside of where we're at, they could go on a ship and get ice cream, right?
The Japanese, not Japs.
Yeah, whatever. That's what they called them in World War II. So anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were going by World War II accuracy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to be historically accurate, okay? Anyways, so... Listen, I didn't call him the O word. No,
I think this is actually worse. So,
you think that's worse?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Anyways, so the advent of ice cream back in the 1800s of becoming commercially available, I think that the refrigeration and that was where back then you could not have ice cream at your house. It was unattainable. Unless you were super fucking rich. And that was because we didn't have advanced levels of refrigeration. Most people in the, 1800s, 1900s, they didn't have, obviously, fucking refrigerators. Those didn't come out until, like, later on when electricity became a lot more common. But once that started happening and we started getting the ability to keep luxury items such as that, ice cream was the first. That was like the first thing that was made available for the everydayman. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry can have ice cream at his house, where you had to go to, a fucking shop and you had to pay 5 cents to get a fucking ice cream float or whatever. Then they were like, We're starting to have problems. We're starting to have some fucking collapse of economy. Hey, you know what, guys? Why don't we put something out? Why don't we put something out that lets people have this luxury items? Because back then it was ice cream, right? Oh, let's let the normal men have that in their homes. Let's put out these little small things. They can keep little small amounts. And then slowly it evolved, obviously, into like the full-size refrigerator with the freezer and whatnot, right? And over time, it has evolved, and through the eras, many different things have evolved into that. The television, primarily being able to watch movies at home, being one of them. That's, with beta tapes or whatever back in the 70s when those came out, 80s. That started being the technology that pacified us. Oh, you don't have to continue going to the movies. You can now go rent these things and watch them at home. Oh, yes, let us do that. Also, food, right? We have food security here. So they were like, okay, what can we do with food? Oh, I know. Let's make the ridiculous shit a Big Mac. Oh, what the fuck's a Big Mac? Oh, it's 3 slices of bread. It's 2 fucking patties. It's a bunch of lettuce and some secret fucking sauce that nobody knows what's in it. Oh, man. Oh, and you want to get some fries with that? Absolutely. You want to add on a Coke? Oh, you want to supersize it for just a small 60 cents extra? Yes. And through the fucking increase of portions with food, then they've further pacified us by making us fat. So you give us technology, you give us an abundance of food, and then when it comes to, the choice that we have, right? Right now, we're given this illusion of choice when it comes to things that we buy. But when you boil shit down, every single fucking thing that is available to us is essentially owned by the same 8 companies. It all boils down to they own basically everything. And so that was, I think, the end goal was cool. Now we got all these assholes kind of fat, dumb, and happy. Everybody gets their fucking iPads. Everybody gets their fucking little shit that they can have at home. Because remember, when the internet first came out, you couldn't get that at your house. You had to go to the library, or you had to go to the fucking, I don't know, you had to go to those internet cafes. Remember that? Remember those things that used to exist? You used to have to go somewhere to do that. And then, again, the technology changed, but the gist of it, or the point, was still the same. Meaning, ice cream, fuck. We need to pacify people. Let's let them start having it in their house. The luxury item. The internet. Oh, you know what? Let's start wiring it to people's houses. Keep them pacified. Oh, you know what? Let's give them some games they can talk to each other on the internet and they can fuck about. Oh, let's make little message boards and they can fucking make memes on them. Oh yes, haha. That's great. Cell phones. Oh, you know what? Fuck. We need to keep motherfuckers on their phone at all times. We need to keep them distracted, head in the sand, so they don't see what the fuck's going on. And this is the apex of it right here, I feel like. The full apex of this whole plan that probably started 100 fucking years ago is now, it's all in place to where, because we're all fat, dumb, and happy, the same fucking 8 corporations own literally everything. And now you've got this incoming administration that's essentially going to be run by by the rich people, right? So we're all pacified, we're all fat, dumb, and happy. And that's how they got this thing to happen. And so here we are with nothing going to be done about it, because everyone's bitching and complaining. You have a subsect of society. I mean, listen, you got the fucking deny, defend, depose guy up there, Luigi Mangione, getting brought up on fucking acts of terrorism charge for killing one dude with a gun and didn't kill anybody else or intend to kill anybody else. So that's also kind of not getting a lot of play. It's picking and choosing what it is we can see and what we shouldn't see, and keeping us distracted with other nonsense. Like, oh, Ariana Grande was in fucking the Wicked movie and she ended up fucking this one dude who then fucking left his family to be her new boyfriend or whatever, right?
Yeah, that shit I don't get, man. When you, I don't mean to detract.
No,
detract from your point is, and it's not even just gossip amongst celebrities or talking about celebrities and shit. But it is one of them that I'm just fascinated that people care that much. But then I'm something of a hypocrite because I do the same thing with music, but at least we talk about like nebulous or abstract things about music itself,
right?
And what we appreciate about it.
Yeah,
I like ideas. I'm more of an ideas guy. I don't really care about the
minutia of the detail or whatever.
Yeah, it's not so much. And when it comes to relationships, like for celebrities and shit, or something like mundane on television that has no real impact on my life, I don't understand that shit. But I don't know if your thing. I mean, I kind of see where you're coming from, but I think all the things that you've talked about is more of a byproduct, or rather, us being pacified or domesticated or neutered is more of a byproduct of coincidental nature than it is direct action or
direct manipulation.
Yeah. But the end result was still the same.
Right. Whatever the mechanism or whatever the intention, I'm sure the people that are at the top in the 1%, I'm sure they fucking love that, because then there's less likelihood that shit's going to go bad for them.
Yeah.
If they continue fucking everybody. I'm sure and whether, again, I feel like, yeah, it was planned, but who the fuck knows? Maybe it wasn't. But regardless, the result being the same is that pacification has taken place on the majority of society. And what sucks is they know we're never going to fucking do anything crazy like that. They know we're never going to do it, because I don't think that 90% of the population could legitimately survive without grocery stores. And I think that probably 40% of the population couldn't survive without TikTok or like social media. I feel like they would just die. Like if all that, like once the internet gets turned off, they're just going to immediately be like, I can't get out, and then just die. That'll be it. If they can't watch their YouTube videos, they're just going to drop dead. And that's a real fucking scary thing when you think about it, considering how insulated we are. And when you look at, fuck, man, just look on our border, like Mexico. Listen, I like Mexico, all right, but they got problems. And you know what? They're basically a third world country at this point.
It's a narco state.
It's a narco state. And they got fucking problems. And the cartels keep everybody pacified enough to not do a full-scale rebellion. And then the people that are like, all right, no way, we're not taking this shit anymore, well, then they just fucking execute all of them, and then the problem goes away anyways. So, I mean, and we share a border with those guys, right? Those dudes are doing that shit on our border every fucking day. And people here in America, like, couldn't survive, like I said, without internet or without fucking being able to go to McDonald's to eat. So that Carl's Jr. thing, without us, some guys would starve. I think without fast food, some people would die. Some people would starve. They don't know how to fucking make food or go to the grocery store and get food. So there's no way we're going to have a fucking rebellion where all that shit's going to be going away, and you're going to be eating fucking rice and beans if you're lucky, to fucking barely survive. People ain't going to fucking go for that. That shit will last fucking 3 days, and then everybody will be like, I can't. My sciatica's acting up. I can't do this.
So wait, wouldn't that counter your point, because people would be inconvenienced in the slightest, that they would be up in arms because I can't have my fucking ice cream. I can't have my Hulu subscription without fucking ads.
Oh God, I have to watch ads now? I'm gonna kill somebody. Down with the CEO of Hulu. Let's Luigi
Son of a
that
bitch.
guy. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm paying $20. This will not stand. I will murder somebody over this.
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, maybe like 20 years ago, that would have possibly been, this would have been a counterpoint. But now, I'm saying that we are fully pacified. So, like, even if their shit is like, I think there's a percentage of the population that will go do shit no matter what. But I think the overwhelming majority are just going to be like, oh, we're just going to die.
Man, you know what's funny? I thought this was going to go in a complete other direction. I thought you were going to talk about ice cream in the sense that the technology for ice cream, for the nature of it to exist, for something that's supposed to be cold consistently.
Yeah.
In order to maintain that, to have like a fridge or some cooling mechanism so it stays in its natural state, that is just absurd in and of itself. And that's how we've become so complacent, is that just by us having ice cream is like how it's such a luxury. It literally is a luxury to have ice cream, because even even the creation of it and the preservation of it is kind of obnoxious.
It is.
Because here, let's say if you lived in the desert, how the fuck would you naturally keep ice cream preserved?
It's impossible. You can't without refrigeration. Like, it's impossible. It's completely impossible.
But I don't know. That was that's where I thought you were going with it.
But that is a good point in the sense that it is absurd. But the reason it's absurd is because of the fact that, again, the people who have been like the top percentage people, they had refrigeration before it was commercially available to everybody.
Yeah.
So then when shit starts going a little sideways, they're like, oh, I know. What's the luxury item of the day? Oh, it's ice cream. Oh, let's let people start having this shit in their house. And then, like I said, it goes to like all the way to the internet. Oh, you couldn't fucking get a DSL line in your house. It was like $1,000 a month for DSL back in like the early 2000s. You had to be a super rich guy to fucking have DSL. And then, oh shit, everybody's getting fucking pissy with these. 9/11 happens, or there's some whatever. Oh, you know what? 56K modems aren't doing it for them anymore. Let's give them DSL. Let's let everybody have access to DSL. And then we'll go on fiber optic. And then eventually it's like, all right, let's let everybody have fiber optic. So it's like those advancements in technology that they only reserve for the people at the top. Once some event happens or a level of pacification needs to further itself, they say, oh, you know what? Let's just make this available on the mainstream for everybody. Because why else? They're making shit tons of money anyways, and make it commercially available and cool. Like, we'll make even more money, and these dumb shits will think that they're getting something they shouldn't have, which is probably true. We probably shouldn't have it, but here we go. Now we have it, and now everybody just stays chill. And I feel like, yes, we have been fully pacified, but I also do feel like they're starting to run out of shit to pacify us with. And like, what's the next thing? Oh, aliens. That's why we're getting into this crazy fucking aliens, drones shit, right? It's like, oh, or the nukes thing that fucking Alex Jones is going on about, right? That's what we're getting to now. Is the plots have now become so absurd because, well, what else can we give them? What we'll let them keep TikTok? Like, is that what they're gonna do to pacify us now?
Full immersion VR.
That's probably one of the next things. The whole fucking.
Then that's how you really fucking get people to.
You check right out. What is that from, like Ready Player One or like?
Yeah.
What is the other one? Like that fucking the Full Metal? No, what is it? Not Full Metal Alchemist. I
don't know.
Tron. It's like an anime. Oh yeah, Tron. Like that shit is the full dive VR shit is gonna be.
Yeah.
Maybe the next thing, but I don't know.
But I don't know if it's just exclusive to the U.S. that you think that we're becoming domesticated or whatever it is, because every other country doesn't seem to have a problem. Whenever some altercation with their government arises, they immediatay start rioting. Serbia, Romania, fucking Georgia, and it's a lot of Eastern European nations. But I don't know if that's going to change because, or rather historically, in terms of humanity, when the situation calls for it, when it comes to a boiling point, I think mostly people will go down swinging, or they will do the thing that matters most, which is rebelling against the government or some authoritative figure. Maybe, and I regardless of how you feel about the situation, the January 6th event, insurrection, whatever you want to call it, that was enough. That's enough of an example that it still exists here in the U.S. Will it come from another group of people within the next 4 years? Who knows? But time and time again, history has shown that people don't take shit.
Well, think about this. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we do have fucking people, if shit gets bad enough, right, that do that. But think about, okay, January 6th. What did it ultimately accomplish? It ultimately accomplished nothing. They didn't really not do anything other than get one of their own people killed, or a couple people that killed. But that was it. They didn't actually complete any sort of objective. They're whatever they were protesting, the election fraud or whatever, it didn't actually change anything. It didn't make any meaningful change. If you look at, again, like, and I hate using this as an example because, I mean, listen, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, the protests, right? If you look at their objective, which was to what? To get police to stop killing people, right? Or particularly people of color. Okay, right? That was like
defunding the police department.
What?
Defunding the police department.
like a lot of that, right? But look what ultimately happened. The end result of that was, yes, people came out, they rioted, they blocked some streets, they blocked some freeways. The main thing they ended up basically doing most of the time was pissing most people off by blocking freeways, and then they fucking looted some stores.
Yeah, well, they did actually have the police scaled back in some manner in, I think, Minneapolis or whatever. And then it turns out people were looting and rioting or burglarizing just as much because there wasn't as many police.
So then
active.
They just brought it back.
Yeah.
So then again, the objective that they were seeking, which was, hey, how about you guys stop fucking killing us? They're still killing black people at a record rate. They're still killing minorities. And I mean, fuck, they're still even killing white people at a rate. The police are killing people at unprecedented rates and still receiving essentially get out of jail free cards. What did they do? A couple assholes got put in jail. Derek Chauvin got put in jail, right? Because of this whole thing. Guess what? He's going to get out in fucking probably 6 to 12 months because they're processing some new shit. And so they pacified us. They said, hey, sorry, bud, you got to get your ass to jail and you're going to get guilty. But then in like a year or two, when everything calms down, we'll put some shit under the rug and you'll get out. You'll get off, right? And that's probably what's going to end up happening. So, again, the ultimate objective was still not like how meaningful was the change on a scale of 1 to 10, very low. Same thing with January 6th. The scale of change that it did was very low. So those acts of protest probably not going to really change a lot. Sure, listen, the act of protest of
but it was also a minority of people. It wasn't just everybody on a collective boat saying
both
that
sides.
Fuck all this shit.
Right. It was one side, let's say the left, and then it was one side the right for like January 6th, right? Individually, they can't do shit.
Yeah.
They can't make meaningful change, which is why this murdering of the CEO is such I feel like a turning point in our history, because now you've got people on both sides going together. And maybe if we start protesting the rich people, maybe if we all get together and start doing that, we can actually make some meaningful change. And that's the point that I guess I'm trying to make is I feel like, yes, we are pacified to a certain extent, but A, I feel like they're also running out of shit to pacify us with. And B, when you have these little flashpoint events that they weren't counting on happening, obviously, now it's like, oh shit, people are starting to see where the real lines are drawn. And now this is bad. What are we going to do to pacify them? Well, you know what? Drones. Let's throw out some fucking drones in New Jersey and see what happens. Let's fucking ramp that shit up. Oh, you know what? Let's tell them it's aliens. Let's tell them aliens are real. Fuck it. Which basically they did in some congressional fucking hearing. Let's just tell them aliens are real. Like, let's just tell them that. That didn't work. Fuck. Yeah, no one gives a shit. No one gives a shit if aliens are real at this point, I don't think. So I don't know. It's going to be something ridiculous that they're going to pass. Jesus coming back. That's going to be the fucking
Jesus
one. That's going to be the Project Blue Beam. They're going to shoot the fucking lasers in the sky, and it's going to be Jesus come down and be like, hello, all my children. Please, let it be capitalism. America's my favorite country, and like, all that shit. Right?
America's my favorite country, even though my existence predates
the existence of America.
Okay,
yeah. Hey man, listen. Everybody says, Jesus is my favorite. Jesus loves America. It's God's favorite country.
Yeah,
America.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're due for more
shit.
More murders.
Oh yeah. Sure.
I wouldn't be surprised in 2025 if we see a couple more CEOs disappear.
That's true. I wouldn't either. I mean, listen, that Walmart guy's setting himself up by telling them prices are only going up.
Wait, okay. So yeah, there's one right there.
Yeah, he's
already asking for it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's already on the list of somebody like that. There's some dude sitting in his basement listening to this going, yeah, don't worry, fellas. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe we're not too pacified. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a wake up call for everybody to be told, hey man, quit taking shit lying down. Actually do something and make some meaningful change. Whatever methods are available to you to make that change. Anyways, you got anything else? All right, that was good. Anyways, all right, go to Game Rage Magazine on YouTube, Instagram, all that shit. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram and substack.com/All Gas No Trash Official. All right, that's it. We'll catch you guys on the next one.